I'm Della Cruz. Today we're putting the spotlight on BackSmart in Edison. Dr. Michael Lagana is the founder and owner. This one-stop wellness center offers different forms of holistic medicine under one roof to make it convenient for patients, including chiropractic medicine. Many people shy away from it for fear of hands-on adjustments and the thought of getting their bones cracked. But Dr. Michael Lagana says there's a special instrument you can use for adjustments. It's called an arthrostem.
For some reason, there seems to be some apprehension with patients with getting adjustments. This little machine will be able to adjust the joint without using any hand manipulation or without using any type of a cracking or a popping noise. So this is a really good thing for people who either are apprehensive or somehow or another cannot get an adjustment, but they can receive it from this instrument that delivers a quick, fast, and steady adjustment to an area of your neck, back, or arm, or leg.
Now, what is this called?
This is called an arthrostem. We got this about 2 years ago in the office in response to a lot of the population of people saying that they were nervous to get adjusted. So we use this instrument for kids and people who are apprehensive.
Now, what is with the noise that you
This
hear?
is cool. This actually fires off an adjustment at 14 times per second. So instead of using a force where I deliver one force into an area, this is actually able to do it so fast that it uses a lot less force because the speed replaces the need for force. So this is an adjusting instrument with several different types of heads on them that you can use for different types of parts of the body. For example, people who have wrist issues or elbow that can get an adjustment, we can use a different type of instrument to handle that area. But this is really a cool piece of equipment that actually we started using about 1.5 years ago, and I've gotten a lot of people who came to us saying that they simply just wanted to use a different type of a modality as opposed to having a hands-on adjustment.
So you use the two in tandem?
I use the two. This one over here is not really an adjusting instrument. However, this is used to break up deep scar tissue in the muscles and the tendons in the back. I use this machine for different types of body, either arm, shoulder, back, neck, but we're able to use this to break up some of the scar tissue that develops around the tendons and the joints and the muscles in the back. I use these.
What causes that scar tissue you're speaking of? And when you say scar tissue, what are we referring to?
Think of it like this. Have you ever had a car where you had maybe a nick or a crack, or someone opened their door into your car and you had a little dent? That is what's called on the car a little bit of a dent. But in the body, a fall, a slip, an overextension, a sports injury, a car accident, develops injuries inside underneath the skin that we can't see in the muscles and the tendons. When these injuries happen, the tissues become scar tissue, or they develop scar tissue in the healing process. This is able to break up the scar tissue. It makes those muscles and tendons move better.
Is that the scar tissue that massage therapists feel when they're working on you?
Yes, it is. And that's actually in the muscle part or in the tendon part. This machine was able to go a lot deeper than our actual hands can go to actually break up scar tissue on a deeper level. But it's exactly what the massage therapists do as well. They break up scar tissue with their hands. This is a really cool instrument. This over here is actually a class 3 laser. We use this instrument, and we've had this for about 5 years. The FDA approved this 5 years ago for the treatment of inflammation, joint pain, arthritis. That's what this treats. By using the laser on a particular joint, you're able to deliver a laser therapy down into the joint itself and also breaking up scar tissue.
That actually penetrates the skin?
That penetrates the skin 5 inches deep.
Wow.
I can put this on your back and it will reach the lumbar spine. And the benefit of this is that, again, it will be breaking up scar tissue, increasing blood flow to an area, but it actually grows new healthy tissue. Laser has been shown to grow healthy tissue in areas where it did not have healthy tissue. So that's what they're using laser for deep treatment of inflammation, scar tissue, and joint pain.
So, Dr. Lagana, that eliminates the need to take so many anti-inflammatories.
A lot of times, anti-inflammatories are necessary. However, sometimes with chronic pain, there has to be another solution, alternative, to get the inflammation out of there. This machine absolutely delivers anti-inflammatory into the joint area without using oral medications for that. What we do here is designed to try and break up inflammation, scar tissue, increase mobility of the spine so we could have better function without the use of drugs or medication. By using these different modalities, the laser, the arthrostem, and the vibrocussor, along with our flexion distraction table, interferential stimulation, these are ways of increasing mobility of the spine at the same time as decreasing inflammation of the joint or decreasing inflammation for pain. And that's why we use these things.
You love your toys, don't you?
I love my toys. I like to have the newest, latest, greatest thing, and that's kind of our new thing that we have this year is these two.
How do you go about finding out that all this is available?
Well, I research a lot. I look into the modalities that we have. For example, the hydro bed in the other room. We were the first ones in New Jersey to have it. The New York Jets use that in their training camp. I saw that. I thought, wow, that's the best piece of equipment I've ever seen, so I wanted to have it in my office. It's the same with these instruments over here. Some of the top athletes and the top trainers use these machines in their facilities, and that's why I wanted to have them as well. One of the things that we're doing right now to prepare this patient for care is we're using this other class. This is actually a laser, a class 3 laser for the back. And by using this, it's able to prepare the tissue to actually be stretched and to work on better. Right now, there's ice underneath electric stimulation under the neck area to loosen that up, but there's also heat and electric stim to loosen up the muscles in the back. This is all going to take place prior to stretching and decompressing the neck. And when I say decompression, we're actually going to use a stretching technique to help bring the disc back into where it came from somewhat. And we could do that by using this technique here called decompression. Okay, this is the new type of therapy called cervical decompression therapy. And it's used for cases where patients may have a bulging disc or a herniated disc in the neck or in the lower back. And how this works is you're actually able to use opposing forces or traction forces to separate the joints so the disc will somewhat come back in. And in cases where you have a herniation or a bulge, this is a very effective treatment in the actual reduction of the size of the disc herniation or the bulge. And that's what we're using today for decompression therapy.
Several people have been coming to BackSmart Wellness Center for years. Next, we'll chat with two of Dr. Lagana's longtime patients.